Hi everyone, I am Jimmer15 and welcome to another one of my grammar classes. This time we're not going to do any grammar topic, we're just going to have a general grammar Q&A session. So you can ask any questions about English grammar, and only grammar please, like nothing about pronunciation or accent or anything like that, no. This is just going to be about grammar only. Oh wow, okay, almost 100 people listening. Oh, okay, 100 people. 102. Okay, okay, yay. That's how we do. That is how we do. But anyway, um oh, thank you, Lena. So what we're going to do is take questions from people one at a time. It can be either in the chat or you can raise your hand and I can call you up to the stage. Uh, Before we do that, though, I should point out that if you want help with your question, make sure your question is specific. Make sure your question is as specific as possible. So don't say something like, "What is the difference between the past simple and present perfect?" No, that's not going to help. That's not going to get you a helpful response. But if you want to ask about a certain situation where you'd use one or the other, then that could help. Oh, that is true. We had over 280 listeners once. That is very true. Okay. So now let's. Oh, okay. Wow. So many people. OMG. Okay. So let's go ahead and start with the first question. We have some hands raised. Barry, come up, Barry. Barry. Oh, so scary. Not really.
Can
Hi.
you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So, um, I have a question about. Um, I will type in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Oh, I see what you're trying to say here. So you're wondering, so it's like, okay, could is the past tense of can, and
yes,
yeah, okay. Honestly, that's a good question. Um, I don't think should and must have actual counterparts. Um, Although in in earlier forms of English, should was actually the past tense of shall, but people don't use it like that anymore. So should is just there, as well as must. They don't really have any past counterparts. I don't think they do.
I see. But if you want to emphasize that it's in the past, what would you use? How do you say it?
Oh, oh right. Actually, well, shoot. Okay. So I think you're probably referring to uh, well, actually, well, I mean, you're probably referring to maybe should have or must have. Perhaps that's what you mean. Like, we should have done this earlier, or he must have completed his chores already. Or maybe that is what you mean. Perhaps.
Uh, I yes, yeah. Do you use like should have and must have as um the past counterpart of um should and must?
Mm-hmm.
Do
Yeah.
you?
Oh,
Oh,
sorry. Go
you do.
ahead.
Do you use it? That's a question.
Yeah. Um. Although I should also point out that could, would, and might can also refer to the present. So you could have could have, would have, and might have as well, which is confusing, I know, but that can also you could use. those could also be technically present forms. Could, would, and might. So when they're the present, then the past forms would be could have, would have, and might have. If that makes
Mm,
sense.
yes, yes. Could have. The the one I typed in the chat, does that make sense?
Uh, oh, I did not see that for some reason. Okay. Um, it does, but you could act. You don't actually have to turn the should into a past tense there. It could stay in the present tense or present form, I should say. So you could say, "I thought you should work," or "I thought you should have worked," or
Oh,
even. Oh, go ahead.
oh no, no, no. So um if I say I thought you should have worked, the should will be treated as past form.
Oh, yes, yes, that's true. Yes.
Oh, I see. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so yeah, should have refers to the past. Um, should refers to the present.
Okay. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Um, yeah, that's all what I wanted to ask. So
Oh,
thank you.
okay. No problem.
See you.
See you later. Yeah, yeah, hopefully that question answer was helpful because I know like some of my explanations might not be good. I do try to explain these as well as I can. And you also know that some of you have probably already noticed I'm using a different mic. I'm using my headset mic. I didn't bother using my other mic because, like, I already moved some stuff around in my room, and that mic, my XLR mic was the professional one was like attached to a table that I moved out of the way. I didn't feel like moving it back, so I'm just gonna use my headset mic. Okay. Um. Yeah, I saw what you posted, Raf. So apparently, uh, must was a past form at one point, but um, but now must is the present. So apparently, molt is I guess that's how you pronounce it. Was the present form of must at one point, but then it became archaic. And I think a similar thing happened with should, except that shall is still very much used, but it's should is no longer a past form of shall. Okay. And remember, since a lot of people are typing their questions in the chat, I might not be able to, I might miss some questions. So please be patient with me as I try to answer all of them. Okay. So let me check the hands that are raised. Okay. Before I get to the next person here, let me answer a question in the chat. I'm going to be like going back and forth. Like between text and chat. I mean, sorry, chat and uh, raised hands. Oh, actually, no. You know what? Let me let him talk right now. Um, Ahmed, whatever, however you pronounce that, because he seems to have something that he wants to say about her last question. So you have been invited to speak. Speak, speak, speak.
Oh yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi. I want to say something about her question.
Okay.
They said about the past of must. The past of must will be a had to. Like when you say to someone you have to study your like your lesson. So You have to, it's the same as must. So if you transferred it as had to, it will be in the past. Am I right? Because my English teacher said that.
Okay, I would say she's wrong because must is equivalent to have to rather than had to. That's how I see it. I don't think you could use must with like had to. When I think of must, I think of have to, like in the present. So I would say she's wrong.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Other thing, the
Uh huh.
past perfect. I will ask about the past perfect. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. We all know that the form of the past perfect, the subject plus had plus the past participle or the verb
Mhm.
three
Yeah.
plus when or before plus the subject plus the verb two. So, like if we said I had worked, uh, like before I came, or I had closed the TV before my dad came. The first thing that happened will make it as a past perfect, and the thing that happened after the like after working or after closing the TV will be in the present or no, it will be in the past simple. Yeah, like the first thing that happened will we would consider it as past perfect, and the thing that happened after the like closing the TV will be the present, the past simple. Okay, okay, I will tell you for more evidence. Okay, if I said I had closed the TV before my dad came, so I closed the TV first, right?
Yeah. That's correct.
After that, my dad came. So my I asked my teacher and I told him if the past perfect, like, can we consider it as a double past? Can we?
Um, I'm not sure if a double pass would be the best description. I think it, well, I guess I know. I guess that could work. I just think of the past perfect as um, it's it's a tense that connects. I think of it as something that connects two different points of time in the past. So it implies that one action took place before another action, but it implies that that action led up to the other action. So when you say
Yes.
I had um, I had finished my chores when my mom came home, uh,
Yeah.
you're implying that these 2 points, when you started your chores and when your mother came back, that they're somehow connected. So I think of it as like a connection between those two events. Whereas with the past simple, it's not really like that. It's more of a gap. So with the past simple, you'd say something like, "I finished my chores before my mom came home." So that implies that there's some
Yeah.
sort of gap in between those two events. So that's the difference, I would say.
Okay. Okay, and the last question is the past of will. I asked my teacher gave us a paper of the irregular past or the past perfect. Yeah, like the second verb two and verb three. So he wrote in this paper the past of will be would. Okay, I asked him why I hear native speakers like saying about the future would. He like he said that it is in the past. He told me it doesn't make sense
Okay.
if you said would about the future. Is it right? Like if I said I would go to the park. He told me it doesn't make sense. Is that right?
Okay, well that's another person that seems to have misled you. Um So would is actually it's would is a weird verb because it can have multiple meanings. It can refer to the past, or
Yeah.
it can refer to the present or the future. So um so would so when you say something like actually, hold on. Okay. So when you say something like, let me type in the chat. Okay, so the students would recite the national anthem before class every morning. So in this case, we can use would here to refer to the past. And in this case, it
Yes.
implies, yeah, a habitual thing.
They would do that in the past,
Yeah,
like before the class.
yeah. So, yeah, so in that case, would can be used for the past. And you could also use it in the negative, I should say. You can also use it to imply that someone refused to do something in the past. So, for example,
Yeah.
okay, so in here, so the sentence I just typed up, my son wouldn't eat his vegetables. Let me put a time marker on that. Last night. Okay, my son wouldn't eat his vegetables last night. So would can be used in that manner too, to mean wouldn't, I should say. It could be used to mean someone refused to do something. So that could also be a use for would in the past.
Yes. Like he could eat, but he didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And for the future, the present, well, regarding conditionals, like let me. So let's see. If I were rich, I would buy many things. So in this case, would, well, it could really refer to either the present or the future here, but it doesn't refer to the past. So, because this is a hypothetical that involves the
Yeah.
present or future. If I were rich, I would buy many things. It could be now or it could be in the future, but it won't be in the past. So this is
Yes.
a case where would not be used um, for the past. So would can take on multiple meanings. Really, it's not. It doesn't have just a single meaning. It could refer to any time in the past, really, or the present or the future.
Okay, thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
And I apologize if I made some mistakes sometimes because my brothers like was next to me and I had to turn off the microphone.
Oh, that's okay. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. You can move to the audience now. If you haven't,
Okay.
yeah, go ahead and just move to the audience. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Okay. Let's see. I know a lot of people have questions. I'm trying to get through everything. Of course, Magical's also trying to help me out as well. Yeah, past of the past, I wouldn't think of it like that. I would think of it as I would think of it as I don't know what I would call it, but the past perfect is I wouldn't really call it the past of the past. it does set some actions further back into the past, but I wouldn't really call it the past of the past. Oh, you're welcome, Ahmed. Okay, so yeah, that's the thing. Would has like a lot of usages, but I'm not going to get into all of them right now. The point is that it doesn't just refer to the past or the present or the future. It could refer to any of these, and it could even refer to um, yeah, it's exactly. It could also be used for polite requests, as Magical pointed out. So you could say, um, if you wouldn't mind, I would like that um, product you're selling or whatever. So would can be used as a marker for politeness. It's a very versatile verb in English. It has many meanings, and the difference is you'll have to uh, understand from the context. Okay, so let me go back and answer some of these questions that people have pinged me before I go to the next person. Oh, cheers, Bryce. Okay. I'm embarrassed to ask, but does anyone speak Spanish? Some people here do. I'm learning it. I'm B2, at least when it comes to comprehension, but I'm I'm not fluent. Okay. Okay, so the Earth has a question. Whom were you expecting? Who else but he, or whom else but him? After, but do we use the nominative case or object one in the sentence to stay grammatically correct? Okay, so that's actually a very good question. Whenever you have sentences like this, I would be as consistent as possible. So it really should be the second. Whom were you expecting? Whom else but him? Now, if you said something like who else who sorry, no. I'm trying to think of a no, I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of something a different example. Oh, right. Who was expecting him? Then in that case, you could say who else but he. Yeah. So yeah, in that case, yes, I would stay consistent. Consistency is important when it comes to grammar, because if you just move back and forth between grammatical concepts like that, it messes up the flow of of your sentences. Oh, you're welcome, Barry. Okay, so someone else posted something here. Sometimes I see some people say she don't, he don't, or even it don't. Even some songs have this. Is this a mistake or part of some dialect? It's part of a dialect. The name of the dialect is African American Vernacular English, or AAVE for short. And in that dialect, verbs are not conjugated for person. So you'll hear things like it do, or it don't, or he don't, or it don't, or she do, or she don't. So they don't have that inflection. So yes, it's part of some dialect. And you'll hear that quite a bit here in the South, which I would know because I'm from Texas. Um, some people say it, but some people don't. So it's really a dialect thing. Okay, sometimes we use would to define a, a past habitual action, but we also use used to define a past habitual action. So is there any difference between them? In this case, no. Would and used to are the same when it comes to past habitual actions. It's just that would has more uses. Like it's not used only for past habitual actions. I have a lesson on gerunds and infinitives. Um, I would go and like if you go to my YouTube channel, I can't remember what lesson number it is. I think it's number 14 for advanced grammar lessons. Um, I have something that explains. I have a lesson that explains that, and it even covers participles as well because those three are pretty confusing for non-natives. Okay. Yeah, exactly. It's as Magical said. Like, use wood just has more. Wood just has like more meanings than used to. Okay. Oh, you're welcome, Lena. Sorry, I'm trying to keep track of all of these. Um, comments. It's no, it's AAVE. That's the name of the dialect. Okay. The best way to absorb grammar is to read. No? Yeah, that's the best way to absorb grammar, to read. Because when you read, you are often exposed to the standard form of the language, of any language really, whatever your target language is. So reading a lot will really help with absorbing the grammar. And of course, you want to do a lot of listening too. So that way you're used to the sounds of the language. But yeah, do a lot of reading. Okay. Which one is correct? I've been working for over 5 years as a software developer, or I have 5 years of experience working as a developer. Either works, except that the first one implies that you're still working as a software developer. The second, not necessarily. Yeah, exactly. Do a lot of reading, particularly content that you can understand mostly, because that makes it easier for your brain to absorb the grammar. Because if you read something that you understand only 50% of, well, that's not going to help. It's not going to help at all. So make sure you're reading something or listening to something for that matter that has material that you can mostly understand. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, well, I can't see when you ask questions like the difference between to and then ing and then to and then the infinitive. Well, again, that's not going to give you a helpful response. You're gonna have to be a bit more specific than that because that those are two. I understand what you're asking, but those are two very complex topics, and they will require an entire lesson to explain. Okay. Let's see. What are the differences between hence, as a result, thus, so, then, and consequently? Do they have different usages, or can they be used in the same meaning as, can they be used the same? Okay, well, they all technically do mean the same thing, more or less. Although a few of those have more than one meaning, but yeah, and they really all mean the same thing. So they're all pretty much synonyms. Or rather, they're not. Okay, Magical actually posted something interesting here. Here, let me take a look at it really fast. Yeah, you could say that they're near synonyms, I guess. Yeah, it seems that they're near synonyms, so they're not going to be interchangeable like always. Yeah, they all more or less mean the same thing, as I said. Of course, I understand that they're all not exactly the same thing. No, no, not quite. Okay. Just trying to look through. Oh my God! Hold on, my mom's calling me. Yes. No. Probably three. Okay, I am back. Am I an actual teacher? No. No, I'm not. I'm not an actual teacher. I just know a lot about grammar, but I am by no means an expert or a teacher with qualifications. Like I could be qualified, but I'd have to get a degree for it or whatever. So, and I don't really have that. Yeah, I'm drinking water. A long time since you drank water in the class. Yeah, I usually mute myself when I'm drinking it too, but I was like, this time I was like, I don't care. Okay, I want to be a teacher like you. No, no, I'm joking. How dare you? But I'm just playing. Okay, okay, let's let the next person speak. Come up to the stage.
Hi,
Hi.
hello. So I've just had this question that I've been wondering for a while.
Okay.
نوفل جمال سوفل.
Wow, that was so irrelevant to me that I honestly forgot about it as soon as he said it. Okay, well, anyway, let's go to the next person. Like, if you're gonna troll like that, at least make yourself understandable. Like that. What was that? Oh, you weren't. Oh, you weren't. You were panicking. Oh, I'm sorry. That was me to me. I'm sorry. I thought you were. I really thought you were trolling. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. My bad. I'm sorry. I see. I feel bad now. I really thought. I really thought he was just trolling. Sorry, like because I've had people actually troll my lessons, so because so it's like it's sometimes hard to tell. Wow, that's embarrassing. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Forget what I said. Forget what I said. You're cool. You're cool. Okay. Um. Oh my god. Wow. Oops. F, right? F in the chat, everyone. F. F's everywhere. Okay. Okay, you're back now. I'm sorry. I feel mean. Oh my god. I should apologize too. I really thought you were trolling. Everyone did. Okay. Well, let's just go to the next person. Oh god. Wow. Shoot. Oh no, you lost! No! Oh, okay. Well, I'll just go to the next person. Come on up. OMG. Okay. Oh, is he coming up? What on earth? Where do you? Oh, you have an English boy next. You have an invite. You don't have to apologize. Oh, you want to say something about Must? Okay. Go ahead, Magical. And, oh, well, while we're waiting for him to come up, go ahead, Magical. Say something. Say something, I'm giving up on you. No, I'm totally kidding. Okay. Oh, Ahmed wants to? Okay. Oh, you press the... It's been a while since I last did this. There's something you have to press when you're invited to speak. Oh, there you go.
I'm sorry. I'm
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of shy,
good.
but
It's okay.
I need to ask a question from my friend actually.
Oh, okay.
So basically, she's asking about gerunds, or I think they're called. I think the verbs that act as nouns in a sentence.
Yes.
And she was just wondering, like, how do you know what a gerund is? Like, how do you find it in a sentence?
Oh, no, this one's easy. So, what I do, and some other teachers have recommended this trick, is to replace the ing verb with the pronoun it and see if it makes sense. If it does, you have a gerund. If not, you have something else. So
Okay.
So let's take the following sentence. I'm going to type in the chat. Let's see. Okay. Swimming is my favorite hobby. Replace the word swimming with it. Does the sentence still make sense?
Yeah.
Then you have a gerund.
Okay.
But let's have another one here. Okay. The man yelling at his neighbor was arrested. So it replaced the word yelling with it. Does the sentence still make sense?
No, it doesn't.
Then that's not a gerund. That's actually a participle, which is like a gerund, except that the ing verb is functioning as an adjective rather than a noun. So,
Okay.
yeah. So that's one trick you can use. And let's do one more. Okay, I was thinking about you yesterday. So replace thinking with it. Does the sentence still make sense?
Oh, no, it doesn't.
Okay. Then you have something else. It's not a gerund. It's actually a verb in this case. So ing verbs can be nouns, verbs, or adjectives. So you just use it to determine whether or not any of them can function as a noun. If they can, if you replace like the ing verb with it, and the sentence still makes sense, then you have a gerund. If not, then you have either a participle or a verb, which is something else.
Okay.
So that's how you can identify it.
Okay, thanks.
No problem. Oh, you can go ahead and move back to the. Oh, well, never mind. But yeah, that's a trick I use because, see, a lot of people aren't going to know the technical terms for these or understand them. So, and I know this is quite hard for, say, Spanish speakers or Portuguese speakers because ing verbs don't function as nouns in those languages. So that this does cause issues for them. Only infinitives can function as nouns. Verbs that end in AR, ER, IR, whatever. So, yeah, that's one trick you can use. Replace the ing verb with it, and if it still makes sense, you have a gerund. Because remember, it is a pronoun, and pronouns can take the place of nouns. Oh yeah, German as well. Because yeah, in German you also don't have ing verbs as gerunds. In fact, in German, ing verbs don't exist. Period. So yeah. Yeah, in for Germans, this German speakers, this would also be an issue. In German, you have to use infinitives, um, like for to as nouns, whereas in English you could use infinitives or ing verbs. So, for example, in German, if you want to use the verb sein, which means to be, as a noun, you just use that verb. You would use just that infinitive. Um, but yeah. Okay. Uh, you forgot me. Sorry, I was busy further explaining what I just answered. Can you sing again, bro? Maybe. Okay, I was thinking about you yesterday. Progressive action. Yes, it is progressive. I was thinking is the past progressive. How do we pronounce the second and third form of the verb read? Read, sorry. Of the verb read. Well, it's pronounced red. It's pronounced as red. You just say red. Like the color red. So, I read this book last night. Or, I've read so many books recently. Can we do indirect speech? I don't know anything about indirect speech, honestly. Sorry. That's one thing that that I can't answer. I honestly didn't even know that was a thing until recently. And honestly, I don't even think it should be a thing. It seems to be such an irrelevant grammatical concept to me. And yeah, it's exactly as Niagram Flower pointed out. Gerunds, because as gerunds, verb when a verb is a gerund, it has a subject role. So replacing it with the personal pronoun should work. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so if gerunds can function as nouns, they can technically be replaced with pronouns too, because pronouns take the places of nouns. So, Nabil, a gerund is an ing verb that can function as a noun. So, for example, swimming is my favorite activity. What is your favorite activity? Swimming. Okay. Do you have some tricks to improve my English? I'm pretty good with the grammar, but if you have some tricks to improve my pronunciation, um, other than just doing a lot of listening, I can't really recommend anything specific. Okay. Okay, hold on one moment, Ahmed. Let me just finish answering this last question. Uh, so yeah, you have to do a lot of listening before your pronunciation starts getting better. Oh, that's what indirect speech is? That's so pointless. But anyway, let me let Ahmed talk. Go ahead.
Finally. Okay, I was talking about must. Okay, I asked my teacher about must. He told me that have to is like a synonym of must. The past of it is had to, but it's not common used. Like not all people using that. Like they don't use must in the past.
Yeah, they don't.
So like how I don't know why my teacher like said that. Like after you told me the answer, like teacher said just consider it as a past. My school teacher said this. Do you have any information about had to? Like anything about it?
Um, other than
Like did you hear about it?
so you're asking if had to is
A
common?
past of
The
no,
past?
a past of had have to like
Yes.
have to. My teacher is just like he's just saying have to is a synonym of must, and the past of have to is had to. Is he right or no? Because he's just saying this every time I ask him. He tell me don't repeat the question. Just saying this like every time. But I don't think that this is true.
It's not. Must can it means it's the same thing as have to, more or less. So it's yeah, your teacher is wrong.
As yeah, there's a difference in the strength of the meaning.
Yeah.
Must is more stronger than have to. My question is that had to, can we use had to in the past situations or in the past action?
Yeah. Yeah, people use had to all the time for that. Like, for example, I had to take out the trash yesterday because the garbage can was full.
Yeah, something that like I must do, but in the past.
Okay, well, in that case, I don't think there's a counterpart. Like, I think, like you could say needed, but that's the
Yeah,
only thing I could think of.
like I'm talking that this thing is mandatory or like that.
I'm sorry, you said what?
Mandatory, something that's like you need to do, like studying, like
Yes.
something that necessary things. I mean,
Yes. Yeah.
oh, you know the man. You don't know mandatory.
Yeah, that's what it means. Yeah, like
Yeah, 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 yeah. So we can use had to.
yes.
Okay. The second thing that I want to tell you is the ing form. Can we consider it as the fourth form of the verb? Like, for example, drink, drank, drunk, drinking. My teacher said that this is the fourth form of the verb. The fourth form of the verb can be either a progressive action. Okay, you have an echo.
Uh,
Okay, either
yeah, I
either a
would.
progressive action or a gerund. So can we consider it as the fourth form of the verb? Because I think magical here told me no.
Oh, he told you no. Um.
Yeah,
Okay. Um. So it's hard to say because some sources list the verb forms as, like, for example, sing, sang, sung, and some are like sing, singing, sang, sung. So I'm not sure if I don't think the ing form would be listed as as the fourth form, although it technically is. Like it's just not listed that way. I would say it's really just those three forms that are listed like that. If that
yeah.
makes sense.
I mean that this thing is hard to believe. Like hard to believe that ing is the fourth form.
Yeah.
Like I didn't study it, but my English teacher, like I have, like my teacher, I had two teachers. One, like before a year, he taught me in the school, and in this year, I have a new teacher. So both said that it is the fourth form. Like I'm telling them like why. Yeah, that's real. I didn't see like any grammatically or any grammar books saying that.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, exactly. It's not listed as the fourth
Yeah,
form.
yeah. Can I say something to the members here? To the
Yeah,
members here?
go ahead.
Okay. Okay, guys. I will tell you something. What's the meaning of place? Okay, I will test them because here's the most important tip in English. I hope they answer in the chat. What's the meaning of place? I will type it.
You're asking what the word place. You're asking them what the word place means.
I know it, but I'm asking them. That's
Yeah, that's what.
this is yeah. That's something like a common mistake. This is this is from the basics of English that they need to know. Guys, don't tell me a sentence. Tell me the meaning. Okay, here Raf told that a place is an area of location. Uh, no, it's wrong. Do you know it, right? Because there's a typical English says you cannot use a singular noun alone. Like for example, if you said place, it doesn't mean the area. Sure, it doesn't mean that. It means putting something place. If you added like articles, you know the articles, yeah? Everyone knows it. If you added like articles, it will be a place, so it will mean the area. Yeah, place is a verb, and a place is a noun. Singular noun is a singular noun. Like, I will give you another example. If you said finger, finger or something, finger on something, it means to point on something. It doesn't mean your finger, right? So this is like something that I wanted to share with them. Like this is very common mistakes, like very common mistake, and this is one of the basics of English that we cannot use a singular noun alone.
Yeah, you would need an article for that. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, article like or an, or indefinite, like for indefinite nouns. Like
Yes.
you say a cup, like you mean any cup, like a cup.
Yes, that's correct.
Also, there is the vowels. Yeah, it does, like if there is a vowel in the starting of, or the in the beginning of the word, like an apple. If there is a vowel in the beginning of the word, we need a musical sound. It will be U, A, E, I, O. These are the vowels. But if the if any word like begins with a vowel, it doesn't mean that you like add an before it. You need a musical sound like U, like that for you, U, or umbrella, for example, an umbrella. Okay, if I give you an example, like hour, you all know the hour. I type it. Uh, we say an hour because we like we the musical sound, not the first word. Here, see, as you see, like the first word is not a vowel, so and we added the an. So this is something also important. Like it's one of the common mistakes in the writing.
Yeah, when a noun has a vowel sound at the beginning, you would use an. So yes, even if it starts with a
Only
consonant.
musical sound, not the word. Like, like if I saw a word, one of the vowel words, so does it like, so we don't add and before it. We need a musical sound. An hour, an hour. We cannot say a hour. You see,
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
and yeah, I enjoy your Minecraft video by the.
Oh, thank you.
I enjoy your Minecraft videos by the way.
Thank you.
Nice. Teacher posting Minecraft videos and no, but it makes sense because like your teacher and Minecraft is a creative
Yeah.
like you're making classes in your free time, so and you play Minecraft, so this both like you can say it as educational things or creativity.
Yeah.
Yes, baby, yeah, an hour, not a hour. Also, I have a question. When my teach when my teacher like told us about comparative and superlatives, yeah, you know, big, bigger, the biggest. You know this, right? Uh,
Yeah, I
and
know
if the
these.
word is, my teacher told me two things. Like I have, see, I have two teachers. Both are the opposite of each other. They are not saying the same thing. I don't know why. The first teacher told me that if any word has more than two syllables, so it will be considered as a big word. So we add uh, more for comparative and the must for superlatives. Like this is the most expensive phone in the market. Uh, like this is a like a different thing. We didn't add like er or like the for the comparative.
Yes.
And the other teacher said he told us like it's not related to the syllables. It's related to uh, how the word is long or short. So I will give you an example. But this doesn't really prove that if the word is long, you add more before it in the comparative and the must before it in the superlatives. So if I told you, for example, clever, we cannot say cleverer or cleverest. Am I right or no?
No, that's correct.
We just say more. He is more clever.
Yes.
So why would we say like cleverer? My teacher said we say cleverer. I told him why. He told me because it has like two syllables. I told him why. I don't know. Some teachers they have different types of like teaching.
I d- it's hard to say why. There could be a number of reasons for why teachers don't agree with each other. It could be because of dialect, or it could be because of just well, or it could be because they were raised to think that whatever forms they use are standard when they might actually not be. But yeah, it's you would say most clever or more clever. It would not be standard to say cleverer or cleverest. So your other teacher, the second one, is wrong. Quiet? Oh, that's a good one actually. With some adjectives, it's hard to tell for me to decide like what the right forms would be. Honestly, I don't know about quiet. I would say more quiet, but I'm not sure if quieter is also acceptable. Though I know cleverest. I mean, I've heard clever and cleverest used before, but I'm not sure about. And I've also heard quieter and quietest, but I'm not so sure if I'm not so sure that if quieter or quietest is grammatically correct. I'm not so sure about that. Mount Cleverest. Okay, Ahmed's going to restart his Discord. Okay, someone asked something else earlier. Let's see. But yeah, a good rule of thumb is that if you have like really, it's not even just more than two syllables. It's two syllables. Period. Typically, words with two syllables would just use more or most. There are some exceptions though, such as happier and happiest. In that case, you could use er and est. Okay, so quieter and quietest are grammatically correct. Yeah, that one I wasn't sure about because I have seen those. So that's the thing. Like I'd say this is only a rule of thumb because there are exceptions apparently. And let's see what else. But yeah, going back to what Ahmed said earlier, yeah, you would use an article, like the article "an," I should say, before a word that has a vowel sound. Even if it starts with the consonant, like the starting letter doesn't matter, as Magical pointed out. Only the sound, the first sound does. If it's a consonant sound, use a. If it's a vowel sound, use an. An hour, a wristwatch. Okay, American and British English both follow the same grammar. Mostly, but there are some differences. And yeah, Magical also pointed out a really good. Yeah, this is a very. Should Magical? Do you think I should point? Do you think I should pin that comment? What do you think? Do you think I should pin it? Yeah, you think I should? Okay, I'll pin it. Okay, so you want to talk again, Ahmed? Okay. Um, that's fine. But I don't want to spend like too long on the same person, so just try to, whenever you come up on the stage, everyone, just try to stick with one question only, because a lot of people have questions that need to be answered. Or if you want to point out something that you think is important, that's fine too, as long as it's just one thing. But let me go ahead and pin Magical's comments. Okay, yeah, Carlos95. I was just about to get to your question. I was actually about to look for it. Okay, so, ooh, you watch Friends. Okay, cool. I'll be there for you. No, I'm kidding. Let's see. Phoebe said something that really caught my attention. She was talking to Joey, and he said, "I feel really badly that you didn't get the part." I thought the proper way to say that would be, "I feel really bad that you didn't get the part." But then again, she's a native English speaker, so that really baffled me. So to recap, which one is correct? I feel really badly about something, or I feel really bad about something. Okay, so that's actually a very good question. So, oh, thank you, guys, thank you. Yeah, that's a very classic song, honestly. Just voice, but not the singing. How dare you? No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I know I don't have the best singing voice out there. Okay, so going back to Carlos's question, it depends on the. Okay, so it really should be bad in this context. Although it doesn't surprise me that Joey made this mistake because he has notoriously poor grammar. But no shade, but it's true. Um, it really should be, "I feel really bad that you didn't get the part." Because in this case, feel is a linking verb. And if you recall, well, actually, I never even covered this. I really should cover this at one point. But linking verbs are verbs that talk about states of being. They don't deal with actions, they deal with states of being. So, for example, "I feel sad," or "he grows hungry," or "I am here." These are all linking verbs. So I feel really badly that you didn't get the part. Well, that's not grammatically wrong, but see, when you use badly in that context, your feel no longer becomes a linking verb. It becomes an action verb. So it's like you're physically feeling something but not doing a very good job at it. "I'm feeling so badly." Like, is that really what you mean to say? That you're just really bad at feeling? And by feeling, I mean physically touching, because I don't think that's what you mean to say. So it really should be, "I feel really bad that you didn't get the part." And let me scroll down to the chat because we want more singing, please. Thank you. Yeah, spoken language is not always correct. Although we should say standard rather than correct, because there isn't a single. I know what you mean though. But there isn't a single right way to speak, but there's a standard way to speak. So, and standards can change over time. Otherwise, we wouldn't have the form of English that we do today. But anyway, but yeah, I am, yeah, those are linking verbs, Barry. "I am here, I grow hungry, I feel sad." Not "I feel sadly." That that doesn't make much sense. You feel sad because feel in this case is a linking verb. It talks about a state of being. "I feel bad," not "I feel badly." So if you hear people saying that, that's just hypercorrection. Don't correct yourself if you don't need to. You just sound dumb. Anyway, Hi, Emma. Wie geht's dir? How are you doing? How's it going for you? Okay. You want to ask about intensifiers and mitigators? Okay. Well, let me let someone else speak. Mo, who's a beginner, you can come up to the stage. Hi.
Hello, teacher. How are you?
Good.
How
How
are
are
you
you?
doing? Thank you. I am fine too. So, my question is about there are some tenses that they are very elementary and important, and the native speaker use in their daily life. So, besides present simple and present continuous and simple past, what else I need to be aware about?
You're asking what tenses you need to learn, you mean?
Yes, the elementary tenses that the native speaker use in their daily life.
Oh, I see. And what were the ones you listed?
Yes, I am aware about present simple and past simple and present continuous and present perfect
Okay.
and yep, future of course.
Well, there's
Is there?
also.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry. There's also the past continuous as well. So that's another important one because you will hear that all the time in English. But
Mhm.
other than that, you pretty much listed all the ones that natives are going to use the most.
Mhm.
So it's
In
go ahead.
mhm. sorry, sorry for interrupt you,
No, you're
teacher.
good.
I mean example about past continuous, so I can have idea about it. Or
So you're not so you don't know what exactly the past continuous is?
yes, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about past continuous.
Well, it's just the past form of the present continuous. So when you say I'm working on something right now, you could say I was working on
Mhm.
something yesterday. So it's really just the
Mhm.
past form.
Mhm. And so it's similar to the simple past and say
Kind
it
of.
present perfect. Mhm.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Because the past simple, it's more about talking about actions that took place at a single point in time. The continuous implies that it's that the event was long what didn't take place at just one point in time, like it took it
Mhm.
had some sort of duration to it, like if you say I worked on the project last night versus I was working on the project last night. Well, actually in this case it could be they both close in meaning, but the
Mhm.
second one implies that this process was a bit longer. Like it
Yeah,
just makes the action seem longer, if that makes sense. I think
yeah,
that's
that
how.
makes sense. Yeah, I understand. I got it, to teacher. And could I ask about, like, if I am trying to say I wanted to say something and I want to make the listener, the native listener, to be aware that I am not sure about the fact that I am telling, that maybe that is stupid. Like, mm, to say possibly I haven't read that book. Probably I didn't read that book. Which tense I must use with probably, possibly, maybe,
Really, any tense. There isn't.
any tense. Mhm.
Yeah, it's not limited to just one tense. You could use You could use any tense. You could say, he probably didn't read that book, or he probably hasn't read that book, or he probably hasn't been reading that book. It really, any tense could work.
I understand. Thank you, teacher.
No problem.
Thank you so much. Take care of yourself.
You too. Okay, so I should point out though that some adverbs do work better with some tenses than others. So regarding the adverb yesterday, as I have pointed out several times in my previous classes, you cannot use that with the present perfect. It does not work. So you can't say I've finished my final exam yesterday. No. It has to be I finished my final exam yesterday. So some adverbs work better with certain tenses than others do. So keep that in mind. Though with the vast majority, you could really use any tense. Is the teacher a native speaker? No, I'm actually part Japanese. And for some reason, I just have a really perfect accent. And no, I'm kidding. I'm a native speaker. Anyway, let's see. Some people have asked questions here. Yeah, as Carlos95 pointed out, I have a playlist where you can look at these tenses in more depth, because I can't really cover them in depth now. Like, that's because this is supposed to be a question about. I'm sorry, a question and answer session about grammar in general. Let's see. Someone else asked, what about the past perfect continuous, present perfect continuous, and future perfect continuous? Those are all. It's going to be hard to explain all of those in one session, really. Unfortunately, I do have classes that cover those though, on my YouTube channel, but I don't. It's going to be hard to explain all of those here, especially the perfect because it's the perfect continuous. That seems to be the hardest one for people to understand. Okay, Magical, go ahead and ask your question. Sorry. I'm trying to keep up with all these comments. Oh, you can come on the stage. Yay! Finally. Poggers. There you are.
Hello.
Hey.
Okay, I'm so hyped. It has been a long time since I have come on the stage in a class of yours.
Yeah, it has.
Okay, so basically, I was trying to help some people in the chat, and then I made an example. So let me see if I can find the person who was asking a question.
Okay.
Oh, yes. So Carlos, when he was talking about the Friends series, he said that I feel really bad that he didn't get the part, and then said because the actor is a native speaker, so that was really confusing to me. And then I came and gave an example that in an everyday world, okay, and in an everyday life, when we talk to each other, we say like, "How are you?" and then people respond with, "I'm good," although the correct form would be, "I'm well." The reason for that, someone asked me later. I replied because it should be an adjective. Well, then I came to this realization that good can also be an adjective as well. I mean, as the word well. As a result, when we are going to use them, which one should we use and why?
Okay, so you're asking like what would be better to use here, like good or well? Is that what you're asking?
Yes, and if someone asks us, how are we? Should the answer, I'm good or I'm well?
I think that's a cute little thing there, Captain Prime. But I mean, I think yeah, I mean, of course, of course people would understand if you used either, but yeah, I think well would be better there because Good makes it sound like you're talking more about the person's personality or behavior when you want to talk about their state of being. So it's like, oh, I'm good, but we're not asking about your temperament. We're asking about your state of being. So,
Oh, wait a second. I guess I got it. So we should use an adverb in here, which we will use well because we are talking about the state of being, as you said, and we are going to talk about to be verb.
oh, actually, in this case, well would be an adjective. It's usually an adverb, but in when you're talking about like someone's health or state of being, it can be an adjective. So, I'm well would be fine in that sense. Would be an adjective in that context, and it would be grammatically fine.
I mean, well is giving more information about our state of being.
Yeah,
It is giving more information about the to be verb, isn't it?
yeah.
So if it is doing so, wouldn't it be an adverb?
No, not in this case because am in this case is a linking verb, and it would have to be followed by an adjective to make sense. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So if someone asks us, "How are you doing?" Should we say, "I'm pretty good" or "I'm pretty well"? In next step.
It should be I'm pretty well, but yeah, like people would understand you either way, of course. So, well would be the more precise way of saying it. But yeah, so you're right. Yeah, you're right. It should be well, but good
So
is
I'm pretty
accept.
well is correct, but I'm pretty good is wrong.
Yeah, I would say so. Not it's actually less to do with adjective and adverbs and adjectives and adverbs and more about just the meaning of the words because good is about someone's temperament, like whether or not they do the right thing and never get into trouble or whatever. Whereas well is more about someone's state of being, like are they healthy or are they ill? So it really should be well, but good is also acceptable to many.
Uh, as I just googled it and then I saw something, I believe Google's dictionary is from Oxford Languages. Yes,
Oh,
it
okay.
is. So Google says that good is also used as an adverb in informal ways.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
why we can use them interchangeably in spoken language.
Yeah, that's true. It can like yeah, it can be informally. Yeah, good is used as an adverb. So someone can say something like, "I did really good in that test," instead of "I did really well in that test." So yeah, good can also be uh used as an adverb. It's not exactly standard, but people do it. So
Okay, so I'm not sure if I got it about the pretty example that I had. So I'm pretty good or I'm pretty well. What should we use after it? Adverb and adjective. I know that we can both use both of them in the spoken language, but let's say we are in the literature class and we are going to write something
okay. Um, in this case, you should use well.
because of pretty.
No. It's because well would be it's because well would be the it would refer to good doesn't really refer to your state of being. Well would because again, well could also be an adjective. It's not only an adverb. So when you say that
Yes.
someone is well, you're saying that they're healthy. So I think is that could that be what's causing confusion?
So pretty in here does not have anything to do with the answer, while the to be verb is still the main thing.
Yeah.
So, what is the point of using the pretty? What is the role of it in the sentence?
No, it's just an yeah, as Ahmed just pointed out, it's just an intensifier. So it's no different from I'm very well. It's just an adverb there, pretty. That's it's just being an adverb there.
I see. But just to just before I go. I
Uh-huh.
believe that when you say I'm very well, it's just showing more percentage of goodness than pretty.
Yeah, you could
Um,
say, yeah, like it's stronger than pretty.
okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. I'm feeling pretty good. Okay. Oh, Emma replied to one of my comments earlier. Let me go look at it. Let's see. Where is it? Well, she basically asked me and answered me in German saying, uh, how I'm good. How are you? Oh, I'm well, really. How are you? And I'm like, I was going to respond with sehr gut, danke, which means very good, thank you, or very well, I should say. Okay. Anyway, that was bloody good. I just love the use of the word bloody. It's so British. Bloody. That bloody thing on the floor. I'm kidding. It's like, yeah, I know. It's so no. It really is bloody. Oh no. No, I'm kidding. Anyway. But yeah, well can be. Yeah, I'm well means I'm healthy. Exactly, Barry. I'm good means I'm not a bad person, but I'm well means I'm healthy. Yeah, exactly. And I think of it like I think of it like it kind of reminds me what what Magical just asked. I'm good. Whether or not one should say that in response to someone says "How are you?" When someone says "How are you?" It kind of reminds me of German, where some some learners, a lot of learners who are just starting out when it comes to learning German, when someone asks "Wie geht's dir?" and which means "How are you?" in German, some learners are tempted to respond with "Ich bin gut," which isn't grammatically wrong, but that's not what you mean to say because that means I'm a good person. But again, we're not asking about your temperament, we're asking about your state of being, so you should respond with "Mir geht es gut" or "Mir geht's gut," which means it's going well for me. So it's kind of like that, if you can think about it that way. I'm bloody tired. You thought I was Japanese? What? I'm not Japanese. I'm a fourth Chinese, a fourth black, a fourth Filipino, and a fourth Italian. Like I'm just everything. No, I'm kidding. But let's see. I'm looking to see if there are other questions. Oh, Ahmed asks about intensifiers and mitigators. I don't even know. I don't even know what a mitigator is. Though intensifiers, I can more or less guess what that is, what those are. Um, but let me. Oh, he asked, what is the difference between such as and as such? Okay, so the first is used when you're providing examples of something. So, like for example, there are many Ivy League colleges out there, such as Harvard, Yale, Stanford. That's what such as is used for when you're listing examples. It could be a single example or it could be multiple examples. As such, let me look that one up because that one's kind of hard to define. Okay, so it means in the exact sense of the word. in other words, to mean it means being what is indicated or in that capacity. Okay. Okay, so an example here. Let me hold up. Okay, so Rex was the leader of the pack and, as such, expected obedience from the other dogs. Okay, in that case, as such means something along the lines of in that capacity. So in that case, yeah, it's like how do I explain this? Because like it's I know when to use it. It's just kind of hard to explain because I haven't really thought of it like that. It doesn't mean the same thing as therefore, though, so be careful about that. But yeah, basically it means um, in the exact sense of the words. So he was the leader of the dogs, and as such, expected them to be obedient to him. Okay, so some people are asking questions here that technically aren't related to grammar. Like, can you give us some advice to gain a broader vocabulary? Other than, see, that's unfortunately isn't related to today's class. Um, but if you want to get, if you want to get more, if you want to increase your vocabulary, just read a lot. Just read a lot. But that's really all I can say about that. Okay. Remember when you told us about your parents when someone asked a similar question? Yeah, I'm worldwide. I'm Mr. Worldwide, just like Pitbull. I know you want me. You know I want you. I know you want me. You know I want you. No, I'm kidding. Anyway. Yeah, Emma's a translator because she is the best. Emma is the Königin. She is the queen. The queen. Bow down to her. Please. Sign up for the talent show. If only singing were one of my talents. Do these classes have a schedule or is it random? Yes, they have a schedule. They have a schedule. You just go to classes FAQ. It's literally like 3 channels above this one on the left. Like at the very top of the English classes section. So you go there and then scroll down to the bottom and then you'll see something called combined class calendar and it will and it will show you all the upcoming classes and in your time zone too. So that's nice. I hope Magical does become a teacher and a translator. That would be so cool. Yeah, AME means American English, BRE means British English. Yeah, perhaps you should wait until you're like 18, Magical. Plus you could get more experience that way. You have the knowledge. You just need to have a bit more experience. And then you'll be able to do it. Aw, thank you, Emma. Okay, let's see. Can you provide an example for more, I think you mean more clarity. Okay, so as such. You use as such with the negative to indicate that a word or expression is not a very accurate description of the actual situation. I don't think that's going to be... Actually, wait, let me use this one. You use as such after a noun to indicate that you are considering that thing on its own, separately from other things or factors. Some of these definitions are confusing, honestly. But this one, I think this one's good. Mr. Simon said he was not against taxes as such. So, in itself, in and of themselves, Mr. Simon said he was not against taxes. But I do object when taxation is justified on spurious or dishonest grounds, he says. Okay, so as such is basically like in itself or of itself. So that's one way of thinking about it. Kind of like per se. I'm not against taxes per se, but I do object when taxation is justified on spurious or dishonest grounds. So you use as such when you're considering something on its own, like separately from other things. Okay, that context helps. Here, let me put a link to this so you guys can read it. Put a link to this in the classes chat. Okay, let me scroll up. Wait, hold up. Chi-Man rules the world. I wish. Ha! Well, actually, no, that's too much responsibility. Okay, I think there's... Huh. Well, does anyone have any other questions? Because I think I've just about looked through all of them. Although there might have been a few that I missed. Do 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 do. Wow 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 wow. Okay, I'll stop. Okay, anyway. Jeopardy. Yeah, there you go. Bravo. Why stop? Keep going. I want to keep going, but I probably shouldn't. Okay. Oh, you have to go, Barry? Okay, bye. Bye. Bye, my little pog champ. Okay, let me stop saying that. I'm gonna cause everyone to like cringe in front of their computers. If I haven't done so already. I'd be surprised if I haven't. But anyway. PogChamp. Bye, little PogChamp. Ugh, fine. I guess you are my little PogChamp. Come here. I haven't cringed once of your classes, and if I have, I don't remember. Good. Imagine if that word were banned. Poggers. Ban that word. Right? There you go. That's the meme. On my way to be PogChamp. Okay. Yeah, I'll let you talk, like, not right now, but later. Latin is a cool language. Too bad it's dead. It seems so fascinating. I was looking at all the verb conjugations and I was like, OMG, my inner grammar nerd is tingling. What's with German? Oh, what do you mean? Do you mean like, am I learning it, or why am I learning it, or I'm not sure what you mean. Oh yeah, I'm learning it. Yeah, I am learning German, although it is not my mother tongue, because it's such a cool language. Especially when one is angry, it just sounds really cool. Ich liebe Deutsch. Deutsch ist nicht meine Muttersprache, aber ich lerne sie. Because it's so cool! But what do you mean? We don't sound angry, I think. Yeah, German is so awesome. Casually ordering food in German. It's like English insults are like, ew, meow, kitty cat. Spanish insults are like I think that's a crocodile. And then you got the saying anything in Russian is like the dragon. I don't even know what that last thing is, but it seems to be the most menacing out of all of them. But yeah, German's a pretty cool language, and honestly, I don't think it's nearly as hard as people make it out to be, because people don't know how to study it correctly. Because they're like, oh, you got to study all these declensions and all these conjugations. No, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't have to. I've never had to so far. No, just no. Because see, I'm watching this channel called Hallo Deutsch Schule, and it teaches grammar the natural way. Like, instead of just giving you technical explanations, it just shows you the correct forms to use, and then you just learn the language that way. So I know never to say, ich danke dich. No, ich danke dir. It's like somebody says, ich komme aus die Schweiz. Nein, das ist falsch. Du kommst aus der Schweiz. Stupid. No, I'm kidding. But anyway. But yeah, German's awesome. Hey, what's up? One of the mods is here. Okay. I wonder if does anyone have any other questions regarding grammar? Though I think someone commented on indirect speech at one point, Which again, I'm like, how? Why is that even a thing? Here, let me look it up because it's just, it's so irrelevant to me. So it's like indirect quotation. Is that what it is? And it's apparently it's another term for reported speech. So it's like she said she wanted, she said she's coming. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. It's like she said I'm coming. So like you're quoting there, but if you want to indirectly quote that person, you would say she said she was coming. Okay, so that's what it is. How did you become so knowledgeable in grammar? Because I have too much time on my hands. No, but it's because my parents, see, when I was young, my parents, being Nigerian, if you're Nigerian, you understand this. My parents, um, they place quite a high. They valued education highly. They placed quite a high value on it. Like they valued it highly. So they made us do a lot of workbooks like math, grammar, science, all that stuff, which I actually didn't mind because I really liked grammar, and I remember using working on language arts books when I was a kid. So that, and I've always been quite good at it, apparently, even before I realized it. So, but yeah, I've always been interested in grammar, and I've always been good at it too. So that's why I'm so knowledgeable in it, and not just in English grammar, but in other languages as well, like Spanish and to a lesser extent German. Oh wow, that was a pun. I was like, wait, why'd you put an F there? Irrelevant. Irrelevant. What's the name of the channel for learning German? Oh, let me show you. Hallo Deutsch Schule. I would love to host. Oop, I misspelled Deutsch. My bad. Okay. I think I spelled it correctly. I hope I spelled it correctly. Okay, so I didn't. Did I misspell it? Oh no, I feel. Oh, I did. Okay, I thought it was misspelled. I put an extra C in there. My bad. Oh my god. Okay, I fixed it. I was like, it didn't seem right to me. I was like, wait, what? Like, like, me parecía muy raro. Like, it seemed weird to me. I was like, wait, what's going on? Like, it seems. Thank you, Emma. I was like, that does not seem right. Because I'm quite good at spelling too, so I can tell when something's misspelled. Like my brain will be like, something's not right here. Although I may not know exactly what it is that's being misspelled, what the exact error is. My grammar are excellent. That's funny. It reminds me of this game called Big Rigs, where it's one of the worst games of all time. Like whenever you win a race, you would be presented with the message called "Your winner," not "You're a winner," just "Your winner." Your winner. He's winner. Oh my God, he's winner. You're winner. You're winner. Not you're a winner or you're the winner. You're winner. Okay, makes perfect sense. Yeah, exactly. It is a terrible game. Yeah, you're right. Oh, thank you, Baba. I tried not to sound like a gringo when I speak Spanish. I found no problem with that sentence. Okay. Well, before you do, Ahmed, hold on. Before you talk, hold on. Magical posted something. Direct speech. You say exactly what the person said, and when you are writing it, you put in their saying in quotes. Indirect speech, learn from the examples. It's just like, just look at the examples. um, he says, "I will come over." He says he will come over. Yeah, exactly. So you're basically just rephrasing the sentence. She said, "I will come over." She said he would come over. They said we did our homework. They say they had done their homework. Or it could be did. You said I had done my homework. You said you had done your homework. Or rather, I should say, you said I had done my homework. I'm quoting someone here. Because the way I read it made it sound like it wasn't a quoted sentence. But you get the idea. I'm going to just pin that. Oh, yeah, pin it. Same with some games in German. Nächste level instead of nächstes level. Wow, that's embarrassing. Okay. Oh, Magical, he did that on purpose. He did that on purpose. Okay, well, Ahmed, go ahead and speak. Speak. Well, you have to raise your hand first before I let you come up stage. There you go. There you go. There you go. Now you may come. Present thyself. There you are. Hello? Okay, I think something's wrong with your mic. I would check your voice and video settings. You might have like a different audio source selected or whatever. Or you could try rejoining the stage. Yeah, Discord has issues sometimes. Like, no joke. One time I was having a lesson and like I couldn't hear what people were saying uh in the voice channel because like the sound cut out randomly. Like I could still be heard, but I couldn't hear them. So I had to go and rejoin the voice channel so that they could hear me. And this was before the whole stage thing. Yes, it is Discord. Yep, Discord is full of Discord. Discord is Discord. Is Discord Discord? Yeah, Discord is Discord. Discord is chaos. Discord being Discord. Usually Control R fixes it. Oh, okay. Or Command R if on Mac. I want a Macintosh. I can't pronounce today. I want a Macintosh. But I don't have one. Sad face. The one from the Stone Age? Ew! Sorry, I meant Mac. No, gross. Ew, 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 ew. No. Not those big box computer. No, gross. Ew. No. Gross. A MacBook, I should say, not Macintosh. I'm sorry. I technically should have said MacBook. Discord meaning disagreement between people. Yeah, it could also mean chaos as well. Basically, anything that doesn't... It basically means the opposite of harmony. Here you are. Hello. Ew! Gross! What is that? Ew! That's not a computer, that's a printing machine. Gross. Ew. No, gross. Get that out of my face. Gross. No, I'm totally kidding. But anyway. Magical also said something here. Also, we changed some more things in indirect speech. Example, he said, I will come over tomorrow. He said he would come over the day after. Oh yeah, that's right. You do need to shift the. You do need to change the time frame here. Otherwise, it won't make any sense. In some contexts, anyway. You said I did the work yesterday. I'm sorry, wait, no. You said I did the work yesterday. You said you did the work the day before. Yes. Oh, you can talk now? Oh, there you are. Come up stage. Present thyself.
Please.
There you go.
Yeah, finally.
There you
Yeah,
are.
finally. Please don't forget me.
I
I
won't.
know you're busy with the questions and the funny things in the chat. Okay. Okay, I was talking about the intensifiers and mitigators. The difference between them, the intensifiers are making the meaning more stronger, but the mitigators are the opposite. Okay, maybe they call it as qualifiers, I guess.
Oh, I see.
I'm not sure.
I'm looking
I'm
at.
not sure.
I'm actually looking at some
So
examples,
just
but go
search
ahead.
on, yeah, if you see it, on Google. If you search in Google, just type intensifiers, automatically you will find like add mitigators because they are the opposite.
Uh huh.
So I'm asking if we can use quiet as intensifier or mitigators, like as intensifier or as mitigator. Like uh I'm quite I'm quite boring right now. Uh I think it's here as intensifier, right?
Say that sentence again.
I'm quite like I'm quite bored right now.
Yes, I would say that's an intensifier.
Yeah, that's intensifier. Do you have an example? Because I'm 100% sure that quiet can be used as a mitigator.
I don't think so.
Only intensifier?
Yeah, because it's essentially means completely. So I don't think it could be a
Yeah,
mitigator.
completely or very or
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
But I don't know. I heard that, so I wanted to ask you if that's really like true or not.
Yeah, so yeah, quiet. I'm sorry, quite would be an intensifier.
Yeah, quite. Yeah, quite. Quiet is different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Wait a minute. Search my book. There's like wait. Yeah, and about the uncountable nouns,
Mm-hmm.
there are some uncountable nouns that can be considered as plural, like clothes, police, and goods. These words are plural, but they
Mm-hmm.
are uncountable. Am I right?
No, that's correct.
Yeah.
So you're
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And also there are mm, like some common words uh, that we sometimes consider it as countable, but they are uncountable, like information. I hear people saying that. I hear people saying, "I have informations." No, like information, advice, research. Also, I hear people saying like research is approved. That sometimes when they consider it as countable. This is wrong, right? Because I searched uh, after like researching, I found that research is uncountable.
Okay.
Is it right?
Yeah.
Is
So
it right?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
correct because yeah, those words are uncountable. Although there is an exception for information, but that's in a legal context. But normally, no, it's not
Mhm.
countable. So you're
Yeah.
correct.
Also, news is the same. Also, it is uncountable.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to make it as, we all know that news is like news, like plural, like many things. So we can make it a singular if we say a piece of news or a bit of news. Am I right?
Yeah, that's correct. You can make uncountable nouns countable in that sense by just adding a modifier at the beginning.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
so yeah, you're correct.
Do you know a way to say to like to share experience with here with members in this server? Like I can see that the like all voice chats here are like team members maximum, because I want like to improve my language and improve also like others, like helping myself at the same time I help others. Like, is there a rule or something to give?
I don't think so.
Okay, I want to send pictures in the chat. I don't have.
Oh well, someone just.
I can. Yeah, yeah. I can. Oh, in reports. Okay, thank you.
Hmm.
I really wanted that because I want to send some pictures if I want like to.
Oh,
If
so
I
that's
like,
what. Okay.
if you are in a room of 15, if you are in a voice room of 15, so I send this picture or this link like to help them. So
Okay.
I don't want to send this link to everyone's direct message. I don't want like to send it to everyone, to like everyone in his private messages. So sending links will like getting me banned or something.
Uh, I don't.
Because I sent, but like nothing happened. I was about to send a GIF for fun, but it didn't appear because I know I need a rule for it. I
No.
need a rule,
Yeah,
I
he.
guess.
Yeah, one of the mods
Like
said
magical.
that you should be fine. So
No, magical. You have a rule already. You have a rule already. You can send pictures.
yeah, you should be. People should be able to, as long as they're not shady pictures or anything like that.
Can we move from the studying or from the English like to Minecraft? Can
Yeah,
we move or no?
we can. I'll have
Okay.
to do it in a separate
Okay, you play
lesson
with
though.
people here? You play with people here?
I can.
You can.
Uh
Okay.
huh.
You play in public servers?
Yeah.
Do you play in public server? You play Bedrock, right? Bedrock,
Yeah.
yeah.
Bedrock. I don't. I don't play the
Uh,
Java one. Just the
yeah,
Bedrock one.
Java is heavy. Like it need a good graphics card and these things.
Yeah, I just find. Yeah, that's why I find the Bedrock version easier to play.
Yeah, yeah, because it needs like less strong PC. Like you don't need a strong PC to play it.
Yeah. I also have it on my Xbox One X, so that's a plus. So I can play it on. I can play it on that if I don't want to play on the PC.
Yes, I think because like it needs more. specifications or like a strong device or like a good graphics card, else CPU, and these things.
Yeah. Okay. It seems someone else wants to speak, so if you don't have any more questions, you can go ahead and move back to the audience.
Okay. But okay, now I will do that. Okay, thank you very much.
No problem.
Oh yeah, when sometimes when I tell my teacher thank you, he tell me sure. You know, when someone is helping you to do something, like the teacher in school, right? Like he need to help you, or he should help you, right? So when you tell him thank you, he tells you sure. But for example, if the teacher told you thank you, like if we told him sure, it will be different. You know the like when you say sure, like the same as welcome.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know
in that
that?
context, it would be the same as you're welcome or no problem.
No, not really, but yeah. It is the same meaning, but it will be different. Like for like when you go, for example, to a private class, when you pay money to a teacher to give you a lesson, okay? Like you tell him thank you. After that, he tells you like sure because this is the thing that he supposed to do. Like he need to do that. But for example, like if he told me thank you, for example, and I told you sure, to not be like it doesn't make sense because you're here like a volunteer or like it's like I don't need to do that or you don't need to do that, right? Did you get me or no?
Um, not. No, I didn't. I still don't quite understand.
I don't know how to explain it, but like necessary thing or essential thing. Like for example, now I go for a private class and I pay my teacher a money. Okay, I pay my teacher money to learn. Okay, so like in the end of the class, I told him thank you. After that, he told me. After that, he tells me sure because this thing is necessary. Like he have to like to teach you because you paid him money, right?
Uh, yes.
Like, but if someone like older than me and he is doing his essential thing or the necessary things, like he is teaching me, and if he told me thank you, then I told him sure. This will be like a different thing. It will not be the same as welcome. It will be like you are. I don't know how to explain it. Okay, I will go with the audience. Thank
Oh,
you.
okay. Uh-huh. Yeah, I think I didn't completely understand this question. But that's okay. Okay, let's go to the next person. Come up to the stage, please. Hi, if you can hear me.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
I have a question.
What's your question?
My question is how the most important thing in the English because okay, I will explain. I'm not fluent in English. I guess I'm an intermediate level, and I not don't mind the language, everything in the language, but I want to speak, and I want to know um what the most important thing in the speaking. What the you know? What the people most pay
You're asking what the most important thing is in order to be
yeah,
able to speak
because
fluently.
I not speak English fluently. I don't know things about grammar, but I want to communicate. I don't know every word, and so what I think that the people want when you are speaking.
Well, when you speak, you should focus on not being. You should focus on not trying. You shouldn't focus on trying to be accurate, like in terms of grammar, or trying to worry if you'll sound like a foreigner or anything like that. None of that matters. What you should focus on, sorry, what you should focus on is trying to uh, understand. I mean, trying to understand what other people say and trying to be understood in return. So you should focus more on just making sure that your message is understood rather than whether or not you're going to sound silly or anything like that. Because at the end of the day, language is about communication and self expression. So you should focus on trying to be understood rather than trying to sound perfect. So that's the
Whoa, this
important
is a
thing.
good tip.
Yeah.
So I should say give me a tip about how to what to focus in the speaking. I guess is this.
So,
Thank you.
oh, you're welcome. Yeah, yeah, exactly. You should focus on just trying to communicate and be understood. Um, Trying to sound perfect, that is, trying to sound like you have perfect grammar, trying to sound like you're a native speaker, that's not important. It's not important. And it's only going to slow you down. Or if you're worried that people might make fun of you or anything like that, no, just focus on trying to be understood. You don't need to sound like anyone, you just need to sound like yourself. So remember, um, as Alan G and I always say, when it comes to learning, sorry, the focus should be on communication and self-expression, not on grammar or on perfection or anything like that. No. So remember that. Yeah, Alan focuses more on. See, Alan G's classes are not grammar focused like mine. He focuses on more comprehensible input methods. By comprehensible input, he refers to content that language that learners can understand, mostly understand, and he focuses more on self-expression. He's not really focused on getting learners to speak perfectly without any grammatical mistakes. No, he's focused on trying to help learners speak in the first place. He encourages communication and self expression, which is how all language learning classes should be. Um, It's just that my class is a special exception to that because I teach grammar to help people develop skills that they already have. So if you're an advanced speaker of English, then my classes will be useful to you. But if you're a beginner, no. That won't be useful. They won't. And you would probably be better off going to Alan G's class. But if you're fully comfortable with the language at this point, like you have a solid foundation in it, then taking some grammar classes won't hurt. They might even help you, which is where my classes come into play. So Alan G's class has a very different purpose from mine. But both of our classes are very useful. Arianators? Oh no. One last time, I need to be. I'm kidding. Anyway. Sorry, I can't help with these song references. Because I gotta focus. Focus on me. Focus. All teachers are fantastico. Gracias. Or, as you'd say in a really botched southern accent of Spanish, gracias. 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 Eres tú? Eres tú? Yo hablo español. But anyway, I'll stop. Gracias. Okay, atmosphere. You may come up to the stage.
Hi everyone, do you hear me?
Yes.
Cool. I have a quick question about may and might verbs. Actually, my teacher weren't able to define the difference that will be clear for me. Maybe you can help. A question is about the probability. For instance, I might see him tomorrow, or I may see him tomorrow. Is there any difference in case of probability here?
I think that's a good question. I think might is slightly stronger in terms of probability, but let me actually check. Hold on. Just to make sure I'm not giving false information. Oh, or maybe I have that backwards. Hold on. Let me see. Perhaps Magical can shed some light on this, but let me see.
No problem.
Okay. Actually, according to this article, it's the exact opposite of what I said. I think May is stronger. Honest. Let me see. Okay, so yeah, might is less probable apparently. So I had it backwards.
Okay, thank you. And one of the common questions, maybe you can suggest any simple way, so to speak, how to learn phrasal verbs, not only with remembering it.
Okay, so the best way to learn phrasal verbs is to just don't bother memorizing them. There are too many for you to memorize. What I would do is what I would do is just learn them in context. So as you come across them, uh, just take note of how they're used, and then that should help you with understanding how they're used because you're going to come across certain ones a lot, like go up or go down or um, take off or stuff like that. The more you expose yourself to contexts that use those, the easier it will be to acquire these instead of memorizing all of them because the verb get has like 26 different phrasal verbs, so don't bother memorizing all that. So just do a lot of reading and listening to contexts where phrasal verbs like that will be used, and they'll just come to you naturally.
Okay, I've suspected that there is no pill.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I
You're
have no
welcome.
questions from my side.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, magical. It looks like I was right. So yeah, May is a high likelihood, might is not. I wanted to make sure because the last time I commented on might, I said it was the strongest, and everyone was like, no. Well, not everyone, but a few people were. But yeah, May is more likely than might. Oh whoa, ooh woo, X3. Oh god, no one ever talked like that, please. Anyway, can you speak Spanish? Poco. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I can a little bit. The last time. Yeah, exactly. Why do you have to link it? You hurt my feelings. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, yeah. See, that's why I wanted to check. It's like, let me check because I got it wrong last time. Hey, fala português? No, no, I don't speak Portuguese. No, I don't. That's like the only sentence I know. I know more about the differences between Brazilian Portuguese and European Portuguese than about the whole language. Strong Russian accent, really beautiful. Of course. I want to speak with Russian accent. No, that's a bad one. I'm sorry. Anyway. Ewe, uwu. But yeah, I'm still learning Spanish and German as well. And honestly, German is really not that hard. Like you don't memorize, don't study a whole declension chart. Just learn every determiner one at a time. Mein Handy steht auf dem Tisch. My phone is on the table. Ich gehe mit meinem Freund ins Kino. I'm sorry, Freund. I meant Freund. Ich gehe mit meinem Freund ins Kino. I'm going to the movies with my friend. It's like, wo ist deine Frau? In meinem Raum. No. I'm sorry, that's not appropriate. Anyway, so yeah, the articles aren't that bad. Yeah, like the articles in German aren't really that bad. Don't study them. Like seriously, don't study them. Just learn them one at a time. What? I'm not going to translate that to you. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist it. I've been wanting to make that joke. Okay, but here's a more family friendly one. It's like, hast du eine Freundin? Nein, ich habe keine Freundin. Ich bin ledig. Loser. But no. Anyway, um, let's see. Going to go back up to these. Ear rape, here it comes. Okay, so what I said was, do you have a girlfriend? No. No, I don't have a girlfriend. I'm single. It's like, loser. Family friendly, says loser. I've been wanting to make that joke too. I'm sorry, I love German. It's such a cool language. And it would be really cool. It would be really cool. See, I live in Texas, and apparently there's a dialect called Texas German. But I don't live in an area where it's spoken though. Although, and the reason why it's not really widely spoken is because of World War II. That's part of the reason why. Because remember, like Germany was associated with the Nazis at the time, so speaking German in an area like this in the U.S., yeah, that was strongly discouraged. So the dialect began to decline, which is sad because like I would have loved to be able to speak Texas German. It's like oh yeah, I'm a native German speaker too. It's like, but that's a weird dialect. I don't care. No, no, I'm kidding. It's an interesting dialect though. It's like a weird mix of English and German. Yeah, you have Swiss German, Austrian German, Texas German, and German German. Got so many Germans. Okay, but Alan G's gonna have his class soon. So, does anyone have any last minute questions? But yeah, it's like there's Texas German. But no, I hope it's not spoken like that. Where are the actions of be? Am, is, are, was, were, will be. I'll pin it. Yeah, I can pin it. Let me just. Oh, I don't think anyone has any more questions regarding grammar. So, oh wait, hold up. Oh shoot! Dang, that person's gone. Darn it! There was a hand that was raised. Yes, I have a question. How is it that you are so cool? Because I have friends like you. Aww. No, I'm not doing that. Anyway, there's also Austrian German. Oh yeah, did I not mention already? Yeah, German German, Austrian German, Swiss German, Texas German. There are probably more, but those are the four. Those are four. Those are the four. Those are four I can think of. And apparently in Austrian German they don't even use the genitive case. And I'm like, how? But that's Austrian German. Anyway, but let me edit this. Well, I'll pin it, but Ahmed, you misspelled indicators. It's INDICATOR. So that's really the only issue with that comment. But yeah, I can pin that. Don't worry. I'm just reading over it just to make sure that it's good. I'm gonna just pin that. Do not write in caps. Wait, I am not sure what you mean. What? That's not poggers! Hola, amigos, beautiful creatures, yes. Why do you use I for the word Mädchen? Because it's neuter! Duh! No, I'm kidding. But yeah, it's neuter, so... So, like, da ist ein kleines Mädchen. Oh, she's so cute! And the mother is smoking hot! But anyway, no, I'm kidding. The most funny English teacher in the world. Thank you. Yeah, I can't resist making jokes. Yeah, Mädchen is neuter. So it's not eine or I or yeah, it's just it's neuter. So it's not masculine or feminine. Why? I don't know. Gender doesn't make sense. Like it's just randomly assigned in German. Sort of randomly assigned. Like it doesn't necessarily make sense. Um, it can. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. Like Mann is masculine, and uh, Frau is feminine, but Mädchen is neuter. I said neuter. Neuter. Yeah, it should be funniest, not most funny, but that's all right. It's like neuter. No. Yes, that's so confusing, even for Germans, right? It's like a girl doesn't have a gender, but a woman does. What? Well, I mean, it technically does have a gender. It's just neuter. But it's like what? But you know, it's not something. It's you can get it's something that you can get used to. If Germans can speak it, or Austrians, or Swiss people, whatever. If any of them can speak it, so can you. It's like anyone can speak it, right? Like der Hund, der Frau ist blau. No, no, I'm kidding. Don't ever speak like that. Anyway, die Mädchen. Uh-oh. Now you're making it plural. Uh-oh. What aspects of German made you want to learn it? I honestly find the case system really interesting. It's just so cool because with the cases you could actually just move parts around the sentence and this in the sentence and everything would still make sense. Compared to English where you just have rigid syntax, so it's like you have to keep the same order of words in order to a certain order of words in order to have the sentence make sense. It's like I'm making it feminine. Uh-oh, don't do that. You're gonna get some angry stares. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I like the declension system. It's just so fascinating. And English used to have it, but you know, language evolution. So now we don't have it. But yeah, I really should end class because Alan's going to have his class in like 2 minutes. So maybe English is some steps ahead. Yeah, you never know. Like some languages have lost all their inflections, or most of them, whereas others have kept theirs mostly. Like English and Icelandic are like two opposite ends of the spectrum. Like English is completely different from Old English, but Icelandic is mostly the same thing as Old Norse. Icelandic, I think a lot of people think of Icelandic as like a harder form of German, but they're both grammatically very similar. But anyway, That's enough of that. And thank you all so much for attending this wonderful lesson. And I shall stop the recording.